wireless technologies are actually the key enablers for providing broadband access in the country. Unlike in the Western world, like in US or Europe, where there is ubiquitous availability of fiber to the home, cell phone remains the primary broadband access mechanism in the Indian context. So therefore, technologies like 5G with their enhanced mobile broadband configurations is going to be the key driver for spreading the digital connectivity and bridging the digital divide, providing a universal access in countries such as India. So therefore it is very important that such technologies are affordable. They are affordable by everyone, and that way we can enable an all pervasive digital connectivity. As I already mentioned that the 5G technology is going to be the key driver for providing the broadband connectivity, and therefore it is important that technologies such as 5G and beyond are affordable and accessible by everyone. Increasingly, all sectors of economy such as agriculture, healthcare, transportations, e-governance, they are all relying on the digital connectivity, and therefore its universal access and affordability becomes the key for providing the citizen services to the common people as well. At the same time, I think it is in a digitally connected world where people are working from home. Even the education now has become online in light of COVID-19 pandemic. It is really important that the wireless broadband communications technologies become affordable by everyone. We view the global standards as the key enabler for the proliferation of technology. Of course, the standards enable interoperability, and this interoperability also make the deployment flexible, and also the technologies can be deployed easily. The global standards also make the technology affordable because the economies of scale actually drive down the cost as well. So in that context, I think we view the global standards of informations and communications technologies in general, and 5G and IoT and other wireless communications technology in particular to be the key driving factor for the proliferation of digital connectivity. So we view the participations in the global standards to be a very, very important aspect of driving the innovations in the country. First of all, in developing countries such as India, there are certain requirements which are different from the rest of the world, from the developed world, and these requirements have to be taken to the standards bodies so that solutions can be devised, and these solutions becomes part of the standards. From the Indian perspective, we would therefore like to take these Indian requirements into the global standards bodies, and at the same time we would like the Indian IPR to become a part of these global standards. So when these requirements and IPRs becomes a part of the global standards, I'm sure that will drive not only the innovation but will also create an environment of developing the products and enabling the manufacturing ecosystem which actually cater and addresses the requirements of the larger Indian market. Yes, I think it is true that in the last decade or so, India has done remarkably well in terms of creating a very vibrant ecosystems of startups in various fields, including the information and communications technology, IoT, and so on. We would definitely like to leverage this ecosystem of startups and also the research and technology development that has been taking place in the Indian institutions. We took a step in that direction. The India's standards body, Telecommunication Standards Development Society of India, TSDSI, was established in 2013. TSDSI is now an organizational partner of 3GPP and Indian entities, which includes telecom and internet service providers, industry, academia, research labs, and government have been contributing to 3GPP now through TSDSI. We would definitely like to now increase and strengthen these activities and our relationships with other global standards bodies because we believe that by having harmonious relationships with other standards bodies and leveraging each other expertise, we can not only address the problems of providing affordable universal access to the all parts of the countries, but also we can connect the unconnected population of the world. So India has been doing very well in the software services industry in the last 2 decades or so. There are a number of companies which have been doing telecom and information technology software development. Now, as we move towards the 5G evolution, increasingly there is a softwareization of the communication networks, and that is coming in the form of technologies such as software-defined networking, network function virtualizations, NFV, SDN, mobile edge computing, network slicing. And these are some of the technologies, and the fact that now most of the network elements are getting softwareized on the commodity hardware. We see a tremendous opportunity for the Indian software industries to contribute to the to leapfrog and contribute to the development of these communication stacks and thereby actually contributing to the global development. In India, we have always believed that a technology should be accessible to everyone. Bridging the digital divide will unlock a significant potential by providing affordable universal access to everyone. The entire country will get benefited, and not only the productivity of the people will increase, but also it will contribute to the overall economic growth of the country.